Hey guys, Matt, IronTrap Garage, and today we're going to do the first of a two-part series and our next update on the big red hauler, our 65 Ford truck that we bought in northern Washington, hauled it all the way back to PA, full of parts, and we did our come and swap this summer, got it all set up for hauling cars in the back with a winch and ramps and everything, and we hit our goal of taking it to the Wheels of Time Street Rod Show in Macungie, PA, which we had a fantastic time at. A lot of you were able to come out to the show and visit our booth and come see the truck. It was really cool to see people checking it out in person and also to show off the truck a little bit, which I am very excited about. It's pretty cool. So we are lucky enough that we have Hot Rod Jen, who is a very well-known artist, pinstriper, sign painter, and is just an all-around nice person that lives in our area. Somewhat, just about an hour, hour and a half from here. And I get to see her around at different events and we're friendly. And somehow after I got the truck, maybe last year, it might have been a Hershey, we were chatting about it and I kind of said, hey, maybe someday you'd be interested in painting that thing. And she was like, oh, I love that idea. It's awesome. Big format, you know, she has a lot of area to work with, and I kind of was like, wanted to let her do her thing. So we've been talking throughout the past year, trying to figure out timing. I'm traveling all the time. We're juggling everything we have going on. And then she is also very busy herself, traveling, doing customer work. She's got the YouTube thing and social media going as well. And meshing our schedule has been kind of difficult. So we finally nailed down a schedule that we can get her over here to paint the truck. She's been working on that in the background, and what I need to do in this video is Steve and I need to work on stripping the old paint, or at least getting the old logo off of there, seeing what we're working with. I know there's multiple layers of paint there, getting it all prepped, and I want to get some epoxy primer on it. And then we decided that we're going to put like a semi-gloss, I think, or gloss black down over the area. So we're gonna have this big giant block of black when it's all done at the end of this video. And then the next one, she will be doing the painting process, which is gonna be the really fun part. But we gotta do the work, you gotta sit through the video, but it's gonna be a nice transformation to get rid of that turquoise paint that I'm just not really a fan of on the bedside. So let's get started. All right, so the first thing we need to do is get these hooks off. So these little loops here were for the original tonneau cover. There was the tonneau cover went over the top, and there was leather straps like a belt almost that went over and clipped in. We want a nice clean slate for Jen to work on, so I'm going to delete these and we're going to keep them, but we may end up moving them up into here or into the trim. I'm not sure yet, but put them up higher so that they are not in the way, because I want to have her have a nice clean area that she can work with. So they got square nuts on the back and flathead screws. They're gonna probably be a little bit of a pain. May have to break some of them off, we're not sure, but we will get them all off and we could start removing the decals and sanding and all that good stuff. On the back one first. All right.
Hang on. Oops. Oh, one second. There we go. Wow, it's actually turning. Didn't see that coming.
Well, that's... How long are the bolts? That's the next problem.
Right. They're not long. I mean, it's only sticking out. It's sticking out less than a quarter inch through the back.
Let me get something to stand on.
Yeah. I don't have it.
Well, I should get you some Croil. That would probably help your life here.
Yeah, a little bit of Croil will probably go a long way right there. Almost. You're at the end of it now, so it's going to be the hardest part to turn out. Yes. So far, so good. Unfortunately, you can't get a straight shot at it with the crossbar across there. You want to try turning it? It's pretty loose.
Hey, look at that. I have a method here.
Yep, may have found something.
go. That's good. All right, so got the truck the primer all sanded. Started with some dry sanding, but I realized it was a lot easier and quicker and better to go over and wet sand everything. So I went over, I let the epoxy basically dry for, I don't know, 2-3 days, just to let everything cure real good, because we had time, and had to go back over it and just scuff everything, get it all smoothed out, and also just any odds and ends taken care of. Now the truck is not, I didn't make it like super straight or go crazy with every little chip filling with filler or anything like that. We're just trying to get a good seal on it, so that's why I ended up going with the epoxy primer, because I didn't really know underneath the layers what was going on or what was used. So rather than take it all the way down to bare metal and then prime it, we kind of sanded it, took care of any like peeling or chipping paint, and you know, tried to blend that out a little bit, and then I just went over it with a couple nice coats of epoxy primer. Nice thing with the epoxy primer is so I was taught, it's kind of like a nice barrier. It plays well with pretty much any type of paint for the most part, so you could spray it over to like old lacquer or old paint, and as long as it isn't like peeling off in sheets, it will seal it, get a good grip into it, and then you can lay whatever you want over top of it. So that was the idea with this. I'm using the Eastwood 2K ceramic chassis black, actually. Why? Because it's what I have laying around. I wanted black, and instead of opening up a whole gallon of like base coat, clear coat, or single stage from Eastwood, I have these little quart cans. The chassis black's super strong, so we know it'll be good, and of course it's 2-part, so it's going to be also able to cure fairly quickly. It's not something we have to let sit and bake for days at a time. So I'm going to mix a little bit of this up, mix up in the gun, and start spraying it. I am not a painter by any means or body guy, and this is what I've been trying to force myself to do in the past handful of years, is spraying projects like this that aren't really that important or matter that much or have to be that perfect, just to get my feet wet and start getting better at doing this type of stuff, because I've always been able to lean on friends in the years past, and hopefully someday, if I get good enough at this, I can actually spray a whole car and it'll look good. Hopefully, we'll see. But I'm gonna get this mixed up, get outside and start spraying. It's getting hot very quickly today, so I want to get this sprayed early in the morning. All right, so got the side of the truck all painted. Of course, I decided to paint it on like a super hot day. It had been pretty nice the past few days, but I got really busy with different stuff I had going on, and I ended up painting it this morning. I have it outside just kind of baking and curing. Jen is supposed to come hopefully next week, I think is our schedule. We'll get it next week and work on it for a handful of days, and I want to let this thing sit outside and bake. But it's all painted. It's nice that it has the black on the sides here. It looks so much better than it did before. With that color before and the aged lettering, it just didn't match. So now this will definitely fit our branding, which is perfect, because we're gonna have a kick-ass rolling billboard when it's done. So I'm really excited to see what Jen finally drew up. I gave her a couple of different ideas for doing the side here. I think she also might do something on the door. So I gave her a couple ideas, let her run with it. I don't even exactly know what she's going to be doing, so we will see in the next video what's going to happen with that. But down below, let me know what you think we should do on the side. Should we do like our flathead logo? Should we do our pagoda logo that we have? Or something else, or in between, or maybe no logo, who knows? But I'd like to hear what you guys have to say down below for your artistic ideas, and make sure you tune in for the next update on this truck, which will be in a handful of videos where you get to see this thing all painted. We're gonna share the process with you, hopefully get to get a little bit of information out of Jen's brain as she's doing this just for some educational purposes, which is what I'm really excited about, is to learn something and see it being done in person. So thank you guys for following along, appreciate it. Catch you later.